Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Offsetting Penalties, where two flags send you back 5 yards, but two people make a great show. I am your host, Big C. We're at it in the divisional round, and we're going to get into these games very swiftly.
Yeah, we are. I'm glad to be here. This is one of the greatest divisional rounds of my life. Man, this is so good because my NFC bracket is still picture perfect, and but my AFC bracket kind of broke this week. Anyways, I'm just on a kind of a streak right now in the NFC, so you guys should probably listen to me next matchup. Well, I'm not gonna jinx myself, but whatever. The only matchup I got wrong this week was the first matchup we're gonna talk about, which is the Broncos versus the Bills. Woo! This is a feisty one here. This one went into overtime.
Yeah, so Roman's perfect streak has been broken, and I think it's kind of funny because, kind of like deleting me for the 13 wrong for the Eagles, and then now it's kind of, gone background.
No. So you said the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl. I said the Bills were going to make the Super Bowl. So it's different. It's different because
It's pretty close.
Oh, okay, whatever. This matchup was a good matchup. It was going down right to the wire, and the Broncos won. And so I mean, come on. Like, it's not that big of a pick. It's not that big of a pick. That bad of a pick though.
Yeah, they don't even know the score yet. So first quarter, Buffalo 7, Denver 3. Second quarter, Buffalo 10, Denver 20. So 10-20 going into the half. Then 7-3 in the third, so that makes it 17-23. Then 13-7 in the fourth, making it 30-30, and then 3 points in overtime gives Denver the win. And at the end of that game, Bo Nix got injured and is now out for the season. And now the Denver Broncos are looking for a quarterback to play in the AFC Championship game.
Jarrett Stidham, that's his name. Jarrett Stidham. They're gonna play him. Him or Peyton Manning. I don't know. Either one of them. Anyways, yeah, they're gonna roll with a backup quarterback in the AFC Championship round against the Patriots, which is very similar to the Eagles' Nick Foles situation against the Patriots. So, it's not all it's not lost, but come on. If the Patriots don't win against a backup quarterback, that's gonna be really embarrassing. Yeah, it's crazy. And this game is crazy because going into this matchup, I picked the Bills because I just thought that this was Allen's year to do it. And again, he's had a great postseason stats throughout his whole career. His whole career, he's been having, phenomenal, just like 38 touchdowns and like 10 receptions, and this has been great stats. He's been to like the division round every single time he's been in the playoffs, basically, and he's really good putting up those stats and winning those wildcard games and then getting to the divisional round. And usually he gets knocked out by Mahomes or another great quarterback like Joe Burrow. But no one was here this year. And we've been saying this all year, like, there's no good quarterbacks and nothing in the AFC except for Allen. And he had so many mistakes. It was so annoying.
Who said that? Who said there's no good QBs in the AFC?
No. There are some QBs, but like experienced playoff quarterbacks, no. There's no more experienced playoff quarterbacks in the AFC. Other than Aaron Rodgers and C.J. Stroud, but come on, both of them did not have great performances in their respective games. And Allen,
Bo Nix has also been in the playoffs before.
Yeah, but like, what's he done in the playoffs? Get knocked out by Allen. Yeah, like last year, didn't he?
Last year, he got knocked out. He just beat him.
Now he beat him. Now he beat him. But last year, he got knocked out by Allen. Allen has experience on him. Dude, are you serious?
It's not adding up. The logic is not adding up.
No. Who's a better quarterback, Allen or Bo Nix in the playoffs? Yes, all right, thank you. So this was his year to provide. He had it in his clutches. It doesn't make sense. You're
like, there's no experience in the playoffs, but 4 of the 7 QBs of all of the AFC quarterbacks, there was Trevor, Herbert, Allen, Rodgers, May, and Nix and Stroud. 6
3 of those
quarterbacks before.
3 of those quarterbacks you said got knocked down the walk around. 3 of those quarterbacks you said got knocked down the walk around.
Can we repeat that? 6 of the 7 QBs have been in the playoffs before.
Yes.
He still did. 3 of those quarterbacks.
3 of those quarterbacks had got knocked down in the first round. One by Allen. And then he's played a quarterback he's barely beaten the playoffs. So that means he come in this game. He's trying to make a Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl bust for this team. This team has to win. It has to win. That or the coach is fired. And it did. And they did. Sean McDermott got fired because of this game, and it wasn't really his fault. But someone had to get eliminated. Someone had to get thrown out, and he had to go. So Allen getting taken out. Allen really took out Sean McDermott in this game. And again, Dermott's a good coach. He's been doing good. He's been getting the playoff wins. He's been doing this. He's doing what he needed to do. And to fire that guy when he had their back at the end of that game, the post interview, he said he had Buffalo's back. He said he was with Buffalo, and then they fired him. Crazy. And now he's not ever going to see the new Buffalo Stadium when he was a Buffalo Bill. And again, Carl, again, Big C, you don't understand. This was Allen's fault. No matter what anyone says, this was Allen's fault.
That's
Even if your team has mistakes,
kind of absurd.
even if your team has mistakes,
you
be a good quarterback to carry.
You can say it's both ways. You could say it's totally Allen's fault because he had 4 turnovers. He should have beaten his team. That he played them. He beaten them before, right, and whatever.
And they got better. And they got better.
Again. You could also say, he has 340 total yards, 3 touchdowns, 111 passer rating. Yeah, he's doing everything for his team. He has 30 points. I mean, okay, this is my verdict. This is my verdict.
How many turnovers?
This is my verdict.
Okay, wait. How many turnovers before you think you?
This turnovers don't matter. They don't matter. You know why they don't matter? Because
they don't matter. They don't matter. All right, they don't matter.
They don't matter. No. Here's why. Yes, it's gonna sound like a contradiction, but it's not. The turnovers do matter, but not to what actually matters. The points. And the points say he scored 30 points. That should be enough.
And the Broncos scored 33.
And
the Broncos scored. And the Broncos scored 33.
That should be.
And the Broncos scored 33. So
you're yelling at me, but that needs to solidifies my point more, because you yelling that they won. Yes, of course they won. Yes, having those balls when they were fumbled on the floor would have been valuable. Of course they would have. But what I'm saying is that it's hard to pin a QB who did everything and scored 30 points for his team. You can't pin a guy who did that. Right? Like this is a perfect game you could say it's his fault. You can't say it's his fault in this game. You can't. It's really hard to, because it's both ways. It's he played awful, right? He had 4 turnovers. You can't do that. Whatever. He put points on the board, and that's what matters. He put points on the board.
I know. Yes, I know. But if those those fumbles and those picks or whatever, or those turnovers got turned into points, or they got the ball out of Allen's hands or out of the Bills' hands, offense's hands, that means they score less points. So you're telling me that? Okay, this is just so. Okay. This is making me.
It's both ways. It's both ways. Yes, it's Allen's fault. Yes, it's Allen's fault. Yes, if they would have gotten those balls back, they definitely would have won this game.
Okay,
if they had 2 turnovers, they would have won this game. If they had 2 turnovers, they would have won this game. But at the same time, you can't knock the dude for carrying the team, right?
I can. Listen.
You can't do it.
He scored 30 points. He scored 30 points,
but he
would have scored. Listen, he scored 30 points, but he would have scored at least 40 if he would have converted on those drives. If you would have converted on those drives, if you would have done something other than turn the ball over.
Every drive needs to be a touchdown for you to be happy with John's performance.
But I expect him to not turn over the ball. I expect him not to do that. I expect him to not turn over the ball like that. That's terrible. Don't do that. Listen, you had the playoff butterflies against the Broncos.
No, he didn't. He did not. He had 30 points. Hear this. And it went overtime too. So butterflies, he would have choked it. He would have choked in. He would have choked in the fourth. He would have choked in the fourth quarter if his choke ability was as good as you say. Hear this. Buffalo would have beaten San Francisco. They would have beaten Houston. They would have beaten Patriots.
What does that matter?
And then would have beaten the Bills.
What does that matter?
3 points from this week. With 3 points from this week. There were only 2 teams they wouldn't have beaten. They played one here. Here is why.
Does that matter?
The defense could not hold Bo Nix. That is hard not to. Right? Bo Nix is not that great. You have to hold them to less than 30 points. You gotta do it. You can't blame Allen for his defense.
Okay. What does What does scoring more points than the Niners or scoring more points than the Rams and scoring more points than the Bears mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters who they play against. It matters who they. It matters. It doesn't.
The value of the team.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters who you're playing against. So it's so dumb. And you're like, well, there would have been other teams. Or there would have been this team or that team or this team. They played the Denver. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. The Denver Broncos
you're
play the Bills. So the Denver Broncos play the Bills. So nothing else matters. It didn't matter how many points they scored in Philly or in Chicago, right? It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Or in Foxborough. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It matters how many points the Bills put up against the Broncos. So you're saying all this stuff when you're trying to take up attention off of how bad the stats don't account for the loss. No matter how good he did, if he lost, he lost. And listen, I'm not saying he's the only reason why they lost. I'm not saying he's the only reason why he lost. I'm not saying he's the only reason he lost. Let me finish. I'm not saying he's the only reason why he lost. I'm saying he's not very good when it comes to winning those clutch moments and not turning the ball over. That's the least bare minimum.
You're flashing out and saying he's this bad, he's this, he's that, he's that. Like, I
Bills
agree.
Get eliminated.
He's not. I agree he's not all that. I agree he's overrated. I do agree that he did mess up in this game. He had
Bills get eliminated and the Broncos advance.
He had a huge choke in this game. I totally agree with that. Anyone who says otherwise is foolish, but you can't blame them enough because he scored 30 points. That should be enough to put most teams away. And if it doesn't, then it's hard to blame him. It's hard to blame him.
Yeah.
It's both ways. I'm saying it's tight. Okay. I'm saying, and this is the thing I'll say. I'll say it's tight. It's like 50-50 each side. You can make a great case for each side. You're saying it's completely one way, and that's completely wrong.
I'm not saying listen, I'm not saying it's completely one way. I'm just saying this. When your team lets up that many points, you should be good enough to score more than that. If he's that talented to do that.
Bro. He can't carry it all.
Don't turn over the ball 4 times. Don't turn over the ball 4 times. Okay, that's all I got to say to you. Don't turn over the ball 4 times. All right, here we go. Next matchup.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
The Niners versus the Seahawks. And this is my favorite matchup of the week because this matchup was predicted by me, and I got it right. And I told you this was going to happen, and you doubted me over and over and over again. And you doubted me over and over and over again. You've been the number one hater. You've been the number one hater of what? The 2 things. Me, and Sam Darnold. And the Seahawks in general. But that 2 things is me and Sam Darnold.
So pretty much.
You've been saying I've been dumb. Listen. Let me finish. Let me finish.
You threw yourself in that mix so that it would seem like I was targeting you. That was untrue. I was hating on Sam Darnold. I think the Seahawks are a great team. I put them number 1 and top 3 in many of my weeks. I'm a Big C's top 10 many weeks. I think Sam Darnold is overrated. I didn't think Sam Darnold was going to win this game. But if I was to bet any money, of course I picked the Seahawks. I did not predict the Seahawks to play against the Niners. I predicted him to play against the Rams, and I knew that he would lose against the Rams like he will lose this week. And I am predicting that because I know he will lose this week. And that's why I had predicted that he would play the Rams in the divisional. Yeah. I did not pick the Niners to play them. And when it happened, I had no choice but to go the Niners. Fun fact, did you know that the Seahawks technically won the game on the first play, the exact first play, because they scored 7 points and the Niners scored 6?
Yes.
Also, Seahawks scored, and I want to hear this. Remember when I said they would have to have a complete shutdown to win?
Scores. Hey, hello. Hey, tell me the scores, please, and then we'll get into that.
I'll tell you the scores, and I'll tell you the stats too. First quarter 0-17 Seahawks. Second quarter 6-7 San Francisco Seahawks. So 6-23. No. 0-10 and then 0-7. 41-6. The stats for the game. Brock Purdy had 140 yards, 1 pick, 70 passer rating. Sam Darnold had 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, I asked RC...
And this is what happened. I gotta say this.
You said you let me finish. You said you let me finish.
But I haven't got to start talking. I haven't started talking yet.
You're getting your time. Trust me. Everyone is waiting for you to get your time, and you're going to get your time. C had said, I had brought up the stats, and I'll tell you guys the same as well. Sam Darnold had 120 yards and touchdown. Kenneth Walker had 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. I had asked RC to blindly pick these players. Him not knowing if one was a quarterback, him not knowing if one was a running back, him not knowing from anything else but it was in this game. And he said Kenneth Walker. Any logical man would say that. You picked a running back over Sam Darnold. And again, the Seahawks, and I had said this before, the Seahawks, the only way they would win is if they shut down the other opponent. Yes, to say, I know you're going to say this, if they scored less than 3 points, yeah. 6 points, wow, what a big difference. But also, they had scored more in the last 2 games they played, which were both against the Niners. They had scored a total of 9 points. They have scored more they have almost doubled the special teams points. Darnold didn't need to play. He didn't need to play. That's why they won. He didn't need to play. They could have put Kenneth Walker at quarterback and would have won that game. Like, it's actually, of course I don't actually mean that, but like, they could have put their 4th string quarterback.
So don't say it. So don't say it. So don't say it.
To Jefferson, and they could have ran it 20 times to Kenneth Walker, and they would have won that game. The special teams did it all.
All right. You're done. Listen.
Fire away.
Sam Darnold has done what he needed to do for the past season of football. He's done what he needed to do. He's climbed to the top of Football Mountain, and the NFC at least, cemented his dominance there. 14 wins. Are you gonna finish? Please, come on. That's disrespectful to me. That's all right though. Listen,
you disagree with that statement as well?
I don't disagree with that statement. Winning wise. Listen, winning wise. He's won. You know what he did? When you only did the Max Stafford. Do you know what Sam Darnold and the Seahawks did to the Max Stafford and the Rams? No, let me finish. Do you know what Sam Darnold and the Seahawks did to the Max Stafford and the Rams? He beat them in an overtime thriller. One of the best games I've ever seen in my life. He beat them down 16 points, led 2 scoring drives, and made a 2-point conversion to win the game in the last moments of the game. This guy has 14 wins and 14-3. The other teams to do that is the Broncos and the Patriots, and those guys are good too. They're good, but not as good as the president. This guy is not the greatest quarterback in the league. He's not the best. He's not going to be the next GOAT.
You say he's top 5.
But I'm saying, Sam Darnold is way better than you give credit for. And you think he's just a system quarterback. You think he's just doing what he's being told.
That is exactly
he's
what
actually
he is.
good at this game.
He's just a system quarterback.
This guy. Listen, no. You said he would have won a single playoff game. He got the first round bye to not play the first round, and then beat whoever he played in the next round. Again, the Niners, pretty easy opponent, but you said it wasn't even possible for him to win a playoff game. Basically, you said it was so bad. The odds are so terrible. Unless they hold on to 3 points. And you said the 6 points. You've been wrong. So that's twice you're wrong. You said they weren't going to win a playoff game, and if they, you said they weren't going to play. No, let me finish. Please, can you stop talking? Thank you, man. Jeez.
I said my bad.
Please stop talking.
It's about time to eat right now. This is great.
Please stop talking. You said the Seahawks wouldn't win a single playoff game. You were wrong. You said the Seahawks, if they did win a playoff game, they were holding 3 points. You were wrong. And then you said that Darnold is so trash that basically he's gonna have a spasm or a seizure on the field, something like that. You basically were alluding to that because for some reason you really think he's just getting lucky. You really think But the Vikings and the Seahawks are totally lucky, and they just lucked out with 14 wins. They just happen to have 14 wins. Of
course not.
Are you gonna let me finish? Are you gonna let me finish? No, okay, you're not. Okay, so I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I have to get back to you because you have to have more screen time, right? You have to have more talking time for you to explain why the Seahawks should have lost this game, right? You should say that.
I'm yelling.
No, so you want more time to say the Seahawks should have won, the Niners should have won this game?
No, the Niners shouldn't have won this game. But like,
The
I
Seahawks are
still
going to
have to
go
go
on
for
to
that. I
play the
still have to
Rams.
pick them.
Because you're so stubborn. You said I had to pick the Seahawks. You didn't. No one forced you to do that. You could do whatever you wanted, but you got picked against Seahawks for some reason because you're not very. Because I guess you weren't that smart. You weren't that smart to realize this. I predicted the Niners to win, and listen,
I'm gonna go
honestly,
for the
that wasn't
Seahawks.
very good.
Sure. It
I picked
doesn't
the
make
Niners to
sense
win
to me.
against the. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Back to you. Here you go. Back to you. You just want to talk more. Seahawks beat the Niners, and the Niners go into the pile of eliminated teams. And now, Seahawks advance to the NFC Championship round when they host the Rams.
Wow, should be a good game.
The Texans played the Patriots this weekend, and it was a pretty sloppy game. But the Patriots did come out winning. And before I continue, I gotta say, Big C has posted me as the Texans guy, and I do like Texans. I did agree for them, and they had a bad game this week.
Saying they're
And
gonna
I
win all
know that
year.
the defense is great. And no, I didn't say that. I said that they're a great team, and I kind of rooted for them, right? And I'm like, they have great defense, and they're kind of underrated. They're a sleeper pick. But I knew that I heard a bunch of YouTubers and a bunch of people say, and a bunch of like people who were smart, supposed to be really really intelligent, said the Texans are going to go all the way, and they're the dark horse, and they wanted to be like interesting, right? They're the dark horse, so they want to pick them. And I thought to myself, they're 1 year away. They're not. This is not their year. The Patriots have this game in the bag, and then people said they're going to win Super Bowl, and I know they're wrong. And I knew that the Patriots had this in the bag because just that you cannot beat this much of a consistent team with only putting up that many points. See what didn't have this game. He didn't have this game. It was terrible. I'm not going to make excuses at all. I'm going to say he had a bad game, and I didn't pick. I didn't pick for him. That's why I didn't pick the game.
Okay. Unfortunately, I know you didn't pick the Texans to win, which is why, you can't really say anything against you. But
Yeah, that's it.
you have painted yourself as the Texans guy, right? All year.
Well,
You were
yeah,
saying,
I said that. I said that. So what I was saying is that I actually picked against them because
whatever.
I picked against them. I picked against them to show you. No, not to show you. I don't really care about what you say. But I picked against them because I knew they were more going to win. And now you're going to say, oh well, it doesn't really matter, but because you're still Texans guy.
When
And I'm
you
like,
picture yourself as the Texans guy, and the Texans lose after you being on a
yeah.
high horse about them all year, saying this and that and that,
Did I pick them?
like,
Did I pick them?
all right.
Did I pick them?
I don't know why. I don't know why you didn't. I don't know why you didn't. It doesn't make sense.
Did I pick them? Did I pick them?
No.
Thank you. So that's all I had to say. All right, cool. Say the score, and then we go on to this game, and we go on to the last game.
We probably should do that at the beginning. You just decided to take it away.
Yeah, I take it away.
Why? Okay, whatever.
Because
3-7. Houston 3, New England 7. First quarter. Second quarter. 10-21 going into the half. Then 6 for Houston, 0 in the third, and then 0 for Houston, 7 for New England. 16-28. New England wins. There you go.
All right, and that means the Texans join the pile of eliminated teams, and they go home.
And possibly going on to the best game of the year, we have Chicago versus the Rams. Now, I only say that because again, I saw the ending part of this game. That's why I say that. Overtime was a thriller. The best pass I've ever seen. I haven't been watching football for that long. Maybe only like 8 years, maybe, right? And that
wait. That was a good catch. That was a great pass too. But also, I don't want to take it off of that too. But there was a catch from Kayvon Booty from the New England game. And that was like a one-hand catch too. That was awesome. I just want to say that. That was really cool. I want to say that. But yeah, that Caleb Williams last minute pass was awesome. You probably
should have said that then.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot.
So yeah, obviously that fourth down, 4 yards to go, scrambles out, goes completely backwards, Hail Mary pass, back to the end zone catch, Cole Kmet touchdown. Rams still win the game. Would have been a lot more memorable if Chicago would have won that game.
Say the score.
Rams 7, Chicago 0, then Rams 0, Chicago 10, then Rams 3, Chicago 0, then both 7 in the fourth, and then the Rams win by 3 in the end. And he throws an awful pick. DJ Moore it was bad route, everything was bad on that play. The line was good. He just telegraphed it, and Caleb threw the pick. It was insane because in that moment it felt like he could do no wrong, right? Like everything was going his way, and then one pick ends the game. Yeah, Chicago, it's one of those rookie mistakes he made, but he shows a lot of promise, and he'll be one of the best in the league for a long time.
I agree with that. Yeah,
Rams
this
are
was
going to
a
play the
good game
Seahawks
because
NFC Championship game.
yeah. Now, what I want to say about this game is that like Stafford, man, he really slowed down because of cold, and it really showed. But then again, he got the job done at the end, and he won. And that last kick from the Harrison Mavis, I think that's his name. But he's known as the thicker kicker. I love that guy, man. Oh, I love seeing that guy trot out with his 92 on his jersey. That 92 is just so iconic now. I love just seeing the Rams. He's getting ready. He's like getting formed up. And he's like getting his helmet on. He's like, I gotta go now. He's getting his helmet on, runs out there, and he kicked a bomb. Oh, I love that. I love that play at the end of the game. The thicker kicker. You know who that is? Come on.
We just do it to a kicker.
The 300-pound kicker. The 300-pound kicker. Yeah, because he's the 300-pound kicker. He's the thicker kicker, and he won the game for them. Listen, no one on the Rams. Hey, listen, nobody on the Rams kicked the field goal that game. Nobody on the Rams except for one guy. What was his name? The thicker kicker, Mavis. Man, I love that guy. Harrison. I love that guy. Anyways,
let's move on.
The Rams win, and what I gotta say about this is that like, man, I kind of want to see both these teams advance because I want to see more of them. But maybe next year, this is gonna be a good team for years to come. They're so young, all right. They're so young and they're still developing. And Caleb, he's just getting started in his career, right? What I gotta say is like, again, the NFL is not rigged. For it to be staged and scripted is like if the moon landing was scripted. It could be scripted.
Hey, where are we going?
No, because
from moving on from the Rams Bears game to talking about the thicker kicker, talking about if the NFL scripted. I knew you were about to go on a 5-minute rant. I know you. You were gonna continue ranting about how the NFL isn't rigged.
It's not. It's not rigged. And Mr. Manny, don't do that. All right, just don't do that. Listen, being a fan is like going through highs and lows. Your team's so young. It's still good. It's still gonna be here next year. You don't do that. But yeah. They did get eliminated, and they go into the pile of eliminated teams. Okay, now we gotta see. I know we basically said this, but you went. We didn't get the scores right in the games, but we did notice that I went 3 for 4. Big C went. He picked the Bears to win, and he picked the Bills to win. They picked the Niners to win. Wow, you went 1 for 4. That was bad. That was really bad.
That was pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was actually really bad, actually. That's kind of embarrassing for you, especially you. The only game you picked right was the Patriots game. Anyways, this is the new bracket.
I wanted to address that because a lot of people think my predictions are going completely wrong, but actually because everyone knows Patriots are going to be the Broncos with no Gronex, right? So the AFC side is actually, I'm going to get the prediction winner from that side of the field, and RC will not. So, really, if you really think about it, and this is if the Rams win, right? Then we will both have a Super Bowl appearances from both sides, right? So,
here's what I got to say about that. Here is what I got to say about that.
Let me finish.
Now, in the walk around,
let me finish. You know what's really funny? If the Seahawks win, that will mean that after all I've been saying, after all I see this whole shindig, making fun of me, whatever. None of his Super Bowl picks will be in the Super Bowl, and one of mine will. That's what people will remember from this year. So yeah, that'd be great. So here, could be a good spot.
I'm going to talk now. In the walk around, I went 6 for 6. You went 4 for 6. Then let me finish. In the walk around, I went 6 for 6, and you went 4 for 6. Okay, I beat you there. And the next round, you went 1 for 4. That's bad. And I went 3 for. And then again, this is what I don't like you doing too. I don't like you doing this. You say just to make it interesting, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna fix it up, and I'm gonna go to the other team. Right? Really? You're gonna say that now? You're gonna say that? You're gonna start saying that? Just because RC, you're picking the easy picks. You're picking the obvious picks.
If I wanted to improve that win-loss ratio, I could have just picked the Seahawks, but then I'll be going against everything I had said previously. Just like how if you go against the Texans, that will deny everything you said previously. I actually have a backbone. I will go with that team, even if I think they're gonna lose. Unlike you, I'll take that loss on your ratio.
You don't have a so I don't have a backbone since I didn't go for a team. Is it my team? The team?
Year, and then it was really strange. A few weeks ago, it was really strange how I saw you not pick them. That was a very like strange move for me. I don't know. That was a very strange move. I expected
I just
you
can't. I can't
because
win. I can't win.
I
I can't
expected
win.
you something different. I mean, good on you, right? You got a prediction right. That's good. Good for you. It is what it is.
Sure.
Here,
All right.
it's really just, yeah.
All right. Next.
Lose one, lose. I went 1 for 4. It's fine.
Next. I picked who's going to score the most points, which is going to be the Rams. You said Bears, and I was right by a little bit, so I'll take that. Well, I was better. The most points wasn't scored by the Rams or the Bears, but I was closer to the more points than you. So I'm gonna pick up that win.
We'll have to
Next,
back on this, right?
I said the Niners we're gonna score the least amount of points. You said the Texans, and I was right because the Niners scored 6 points, and I win the game. So I win that the picks of the week for the divisional round. All right, well, time to talk about the next couple games. And these are only 2 games left, so we have to make the championship rounds are so important because there's not a lot of football remaining. Like only 3 games remaining in the next couple of days. And it's kind of getting me upset because dang, football went away so quickly. All right. Woo.
Yeah, so we have the next 2 games here:
AFC
Patriots, Broncos, and then Rams, Seahawks. I think any sane person would go for the Patriots. A lot of momentum there. Broncos just lost by Knicks. This will be the start of the century. If the Broncos win, I'm going Patriots. Then Rams. It goes from a pretty easy
the Patriots and Broncos.
Okay, so
the Patriots and Broncos. It's close because I don't understand.
Okay,
like sometimes I'm like, it's so obvious. It's not. It's like it's so right there. It's like right there where you're like, it's too easy. It's too easy to pick.
You're just gonna say that just because I said the other thing.
It's so easy to pick that team. It's crazy, right? It's like you have it in your hands, and then again, like it's
just go the Broncos. Right? Just go the Broncos.
I'm gonna go the Patriots.
Man.
I'm not folding at all. I'm just picking who I think is gonna win. All right, next.
Fold.
Okay. All right, next. Who do you think is gonna score? What do you think the last score of the game is gonna be? What do you think like the box score? What do you think it's gonna be? Score predictions. Patriots, Broncos.
Probably like somewhere around that. I don't think the Patriots are gonna score that many points, but I think the Broncos are gonna be kind of lost.
All right, next. I'm gonna pick the Patriots to win by 23-16. All right, next. Okay. Rams, Seahawks.
We go from pretty easy game to, closest game. Maybe you can make up. Rams, Seahawks. You see here, it's a double-edged sword for me because I can't be wrong, I can't be right. Because the Rams, if they win, then if the Rams win, then that means was right about them going to the Super Bowl. And if they win the Super Bowl, then RC right extra, and that would just be really annoying. But that means the Seahawks lose, and Sam Darnold, aka the Seahawks, aka Sam Darnold, loses, and that'd be really good for me.
AKA the president. AKA the president.
Okay, whatever. And then it proves that he is mediocre. So that's good for me on that end. But if it goes the other way and the Seahawks win, that means RC will be wrong, and he will have no Super Bowl appearances on either side, and I will have one. And that means I could get closer. And I can
win. You are so certain the Broncos are going to lose. You're so certain the Broncos are going to lose.
Yeah, I'm very certain. It's just no. I'm going to disregard that question.
You know what? I'm changing it right now. I'm changing it right now. I'm changing it right now. I'm changing it. No, I'm actually not changing it. Never mind. I'm not changing it.
Yeah, there you go. Fold. Anyways.
No, so because I noticed that even if I tweet the Broncos, it wouldn't matter because.
Fold. You ready? There you go. All right. So if the Seahawks
you're kind of that jerk mentality. You're kind of doing that jerk. No, you're kind of doing that jerk mentality right now, and that's not very nice. But it's all right. Next,
here telling me that you were gonna flee me, and it's kind of the other way around. Even though I got my predictions wrong. Anyways, if the Seahawks win,
because
that means that you have no one in there.
You right now. Okay, right now you're trying to. No, because right now you're like so confident. You're like, oh, all this stuff is going to happen right now, and you're like. Because your opinion right now is kind of invalid because both of you were predicted. So right now, my were predicted is in the game. Right now, who I pick to win the Super Bowl is in the game. But your predicted Super Bowl, predicted for the Super Bowl lost this week, the Bears. So now, Big C, you have another chance to pick who's going to win the Super Bowl.
Actually, it was the Eagles, but whatever.
Yeah, you fail with the Eagles and you fail with the Bears. Let's see if you fail with the next. Who do you pick to win the Super Bowl, Big C? Yeah, you picked the Bears to win, and you lost. All right, next. Big C, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year?
All the guys left. Have to go. The Patriots have to.
And Big C goes the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl. And let's see if you're wrong again. Let's see if you're wrong again. And you're probably going to be wrong again.
And listen, you thought, does that mean you thought the Bills were going to the Super Bowl because they lost? That means you were wrong? No, it doesn't mean that.
I think the Rams are I think the Rams are going to Super Bowl. I think the Rams are going to Super Bowl.
Just because you thought because I picked the Bears to win against the Rams, that means I thought they were going to the Super Bowl.
So you said you didn't know Super Bowl.
You said there's another team that I just randomly picked them, but I wasn't really thinking much about what you said there.
Oh, I didn't think you were wrong. No, you were wrong. No, don't squeeze out of this. You don't squeeze out of this. You said the Bears were going to the Super Bowl, and that's fact. And now you fail with the Eagles, and then the division round. You got to redo. And in the wild card round, you said the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and we're back to back. Fail. Let me finish. You said in the wild card, you said the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And that's going to happen. Boom. Eagles. They lost. Next, the Bears won the Super Bowl. They lost. And now you're saying the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. So now you're so confident in the Pats winning it all. And now I'm so glad to see them lose.
I said that. I said they were going to win. I'm that pumped and confident they're going to win. You're going to win. No, I'm not. But you know what?
Big C, final answer. Final answer. Who is going to win the Super Bowl 60?
Stop crashing out. Dude, you know what's really funny?
Come on, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who will win?
I'm saying, God, I'm so upset and all that stuff. Like, I'm not angry, guys. I'm having a great time this week. I mean, last week, I got frustrated, right? The game's the game. But you're going to be going to do something. And I'm winning right now. And this is fun.
And you lost a lot. And you lost a lot.
Fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. You can say that.
You sure?
You can say that. But right now, I'm in a can't-lose situation. I can't lose. The Seahawks and Rams are playing against each other. Oh, you know what? This is going to be my favorite line of this week. There's got to be a loser. One of them is going to lose.
Man, it really feels like... I love how you said, oh, I look angry, guys. I'm not angry at all. But then, like, instantly in the next line, you say, oh, wait, no, let me finish. You say, I'm not angry at all. I'm not upset at all. I'm actually pretty happy right now. And then the next line, you say, there's gonna be a loser. There's gonna be a sad fan base. There's gonna be a terrible loser this year. And I love how you're such a hater that I'm trying to like, oh, I think he's going to do the Super Bowl. Hey, I think this is going to win. And you're like, I love to see losses happen. I love to see losses happen.
Show. You can't be positive.
No. Listen.
You made the playoffs.
You think, listen. Big T. Hello. You think everybody's a fraud? You think everybody sucks? You think everybody's pretty much
wrong. That is wrong.
You think that you think the Rams are not a very good team? You think the Seahawks are a fraud? You think the Broncos are not very good? No.
That is wrong.
First of all, further this. You are so scared to pick a wrong team. You're like, I don't really know who to pick right now. I'm still thinking. Really? So you think you're so unconfident and you're so scared to pick a team because you've been wrong twice in a row. Now you're saying you're so wrong to pick a team. You're so scared that you're like, I'm still thinking. I'm still marinating. I'm gonna still marinate on this question for a little longer, and it's getting me frustrated because it's like you're being scared to pick a team, and I've been with my team the whole time. I've been with the pick the whole time. Listen, okay, I need a final answer for you to not lose out of this one anymore. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Since you can't pick the Seahawks or the Rams, you're gonna lose. Let me hear your team. Who will win the Super Bowl 60? Tell me in Santa Clara. Go.
The Patriots.
Thank you. That's the final team. Okay. So now you're going to be wrong three times in a row, and now this is what's going to happen.
You know what's funny about that question? The funny thing about that question is you're making me pick a team. By the way, out of 4, so there's a 25% chance. You're making me pick a team out of those guys, and I know that you also have the 25% chance with the Rams, right? And they could very easily lose this matchup here. But I think it's kind of funny that you're doing that because you're making me repick teams, so there's a chance I can lose. But if they win, it's not like they won the Super Bowl, so you won't give me any credit for that. If the Bears would have won, you would have given me no credit. And when the Patriots win this week, you're going to give me no credit. So it really just feels like, why should I tell you who I
Do
think is
you
going to win the Super
know?
Bowl?
Do
And then
you
really
know
quick,
why?
let me
Do you know why? No.
pause. Because it will go bad for me either way. If they win, it will go bad for me. If they lose, you'll flame me. So it feels like, why should I even tell you? I told you just because. I told you because, you know what? If you're going to flame me, who cares? Who cares? Because right now, if you flaming me is going how it's going right now, this is gonna be a great. I hope you keep flaming me because this is going great. Because this was supposed to be a time to bash on me, and it's really exposed light, kind of on you, right? So
Okay.
you can talk to how you
All
will.
right, listen. The reason why this is because both your Super Bowl predictors to win the Super Bowl and both your candidates have lost
The
already. So
Bears
basically,
were
this is your
never
third chance.
like that.
This is your
I'm not
third
betting in
chance.
Vegas. I am
This
not
is
betting
your
in
third.
Vegas.
Because I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you're not. You will lose a lot of money. You will lose a lot of money. You will lose. Don't go to
They
Vegas.
will
Don't
win
go
if they
anywhere near. Don't go anywhere. I don't want to see your face. Listen, I don't want to see your face anywhere near the Nevada state line. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you at all. Get out of here. I don't want to see you. Okay? You're bad at predicting. You think you're so smart. You think you're so pompous
This
on your high
guy is
horse.
so
Anyway,
tilted. I'm gonna go over here.
I'm
There's a
gonna go.
camera over here because there needs to be a camera
I'm
like
on the Rams.
right over here that just shows like what is on my screen right now. It's a guy jumping up and down. Like this is crazy, bro. Stop getting so tilted. This is insane.
Okay, listen. It's gonna be your third chance to be right. It's gonna be your third chance to try to be right.
I shouldn't. A logical person wouldn't tell you because they can't win. But I'm gonna tell you anyways that I have.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah, you
never
can't win.
pick the Seahawks, the Niners
Listen,
to beat the Seahawks. I would
because
never do
you're
that.
such
But I did
because
it
you're such a
here
listen
because I had to. I had no
because
choice.
because you're such a hater. You're like the Seahawks will not want to play that game. You could have said something else. You could have said like,
You know
"Hey,
how
I think the
sports.
Seahawks." You could,
If I was nice to everybody and you were nice to everybody, this show would just be like a terrible show. Like I say, well, you know, it was really unfortunate. Josh Allen threw 4 picks, but
there's this
I
tweet.
still think it's a
Listen,
great
listen.
quarterback.
Let me
You know,
finish. Let me
fuck
finish.
him.
Hello.
Fuck him.
No. Listen.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen
I
is a
don't.
bad
Listen.
example,
I
but you
don't.
did that. It's not bad
Listen,
you did.
I don't want you to be lovey-dovey to everybody, but you like there's a sweet spot. Too high and then too low. The
It's
too
too
low
low.
is the maximum. You're the maximum hater. You're the maximum antagonist. You're the maximum. Nope. I'm like here's my idea. You're like no. You're like no. This is bad. You're bad. Listen, you're bad. All right, that's enough of you. It's time for us to roll to something different right now. It's time for us to something different. You need to give us the top teams this week, and what I'll mention.
Sure. The honorable mention will be the Bears. The Bears had a great game. I did not put the Bills here. I thought the Bears played a better game. I think that since they allowed in 5 quarters because of overtime, 20 points from the Rams is way better than 33 points because they both went into overtime. I think that Caleb Williams is, and this is me not being a hater. This is me and probably one of the best QBs in the league, and I believe that is because Caleb is one of the guys I do believe that will probably win a Super Bowl later. He is absolutely amazing. I know that's kind of a hot take now, but I think he's absolutely amazing. I think the Bears are great. I think their defense is great. I think the Rams are one of the only teams in the entire league that would even have a chance of beating them. I think that it was a really close game where Caleb had 1 year of experience more, he would have won this game. Yeah, I think he's an excellent runner. I think he's just a great quarterback. And the Bears as a whole, their defense is incredibly clutch, right? They know how to get turnovers. They had the most picks this season. I think the Bears are my honorable mention here. The 14, to no one's surprise, would be the Broncos. They let up 30 points. They got 4 turnovers, and they still allowed 30 points. No Bo Nix, obviously last, no question about it. Number 3, we got Seahawks. Obviously, a great game against the Niners, but I think that is the Rams are going to shock them, and they're not ready for it. I don't think they're ready for the Rams this time. I think the Rams are one of the only teams that can even match up with the Seahawks. I don't think that they will score more special teams points than the Rams. So yeah, I think the Rams will edge them out here. Next, of course, we have the Rams. Obviously, because I just picked my Super Bowl winners, I have to put Patriots number one. But just because I think the Rams, they really do have what it takes to win Super Bowl. They show like what you need to do to win a game. And yeah, I feel like that is exactly like if you had to pick a team, what you needed to win a Super Bowl. A lot of what you would see is in the Rams. And then we have the Patriots. They're the new team, right? They're new guys. So I think that just on that, I think they have a shot. I think they have a shot to shock the world here. Who knows? And that's what I got.
All right, well, that was a pretty good list. I mean, not really, but I feel like I have to say that. Anyways, well, we're about ready to wrap up now. I mean, that was pretty heated, I'll be honest. Honestly, this was a really good week for me because I almost got it perfect, but didn't. Really angry that Adam sold me that game. Yeah, sold me. But we can get into that later. I mean, maybe a little later. But time for us to do our little. Well, we'll do it by ourselves later. All right. This is time for us to get into our wisdom word of the day. It's a part of the segment where we just chill out and listen to one verse listed out. This one comes from Job 28:28. It's and he said to man, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to turn away from evil is understanding. Okay, well,
there you go.
Whew, we gotta calm down a little bit. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for tuning in today.
Yeah, so I really appreciate you sticking it out.
No, yeah, me and Big C are just we're very passionate about this, and we love doing this a lot, and we love football, and we just love doing it. But again, it's not that important. It's not that serious, and we should calm down next time. Thank you for listening. And what do you throw you in there? I wasn't the one yelling
for another time.
I wasn't the only one yelling. Big C.
Okay. That's fair.
Anyways,
That's fair.
We just gotta say that we don't hate each other. We have a good time together, and after this, we're gonna just relax after this. Thank you for all the sponsors. Thank you for the sponsors. Thank you for Thea Claudia and Theo Vincent. Thank you for them a lot. We love you guys, and we love the people listening. Anyone listening. This is a podcast where me and Mixie just talk, and this is how we talk. We're usually at the dinner table, but we're just recording ourselves, so not serious, pretty laid back, pretty casual. Just want to say that, most times it's casual. Most time, half the time we're yelling at each other about Vegas. Anyways, see you next week. This is divisional week. Next week is gonna be AFC Championship round, and it's gonna be so fun because football's ending, and after football ends, we're gonna talk about, I don't know, the draft pick. I don't know anyone from college.
Switch to the NBA.
Nah.
No. I expect that. We'll just talk about more off season.
Nah. We'll talk about how AJ Brown is gonna how's he gonna get there. Road trip to Kansas City. Is he gonna road trip to Kansas City? He's gonna fly a plane. He's gonna go to Bo or something. I don't know. Whatever. He's gonna run there. He can run. But he's gonna get there somehow. I don't know. We're talking about the Chiefs and stuff, or about anything we want to talk about, all the offseason teams, and pretty much it. I just getting excited because football is closing up. Anyway, Super Bowl's coming up soon, so see you soon, you guys.
All right, guys. That's the whistle. We're gonna head back into the game a lot more solid than normal, and we'll see you guys next time.